What's good, y'all? Dr. Trehunna. Now, one of my clients just hit me up and said, yo, Trey, what is the least amount of time that I could experience any health benefits from doing fasting, okay? So today, what we're gonna cover is what exactly is happening in your body per hour when you're fasting and some tips that you can start incorporating today so you can start getting to a fat burning state faster. All right. Now, a lot of people still don't know the benefits of intermittent fasting. So just to give you a rundown, when you're intermittent fasting, your body is becoming more robust. Okay. Its immune system is allowed to basically fight off pathogens, bacteria, and infections better. Okay. Also, your body is able to heal itself better. Okay. Through because your body is producing a little bit more stem cells. All right. If you had any joint pain or back pain, X, Y, and Z, because intermittent fasting lowers inflammation, guess what? The joint pain might subside or go away, all right, overall. Also, it improves your mood overall, okay? And it actually helps as far as like brain fog, and you're gonna have clearer thoughts and enhances your cognitive function, all right? Also, it induces a process called autophagy, where it's gonna basically help repair old cells and create new cells to take its place. So if you're somebody who has like spots on your skin, it's X, Y, and Z, or you have like brittle hair, believe it or not, when you're intermittent fasting, autophagy is going to allow your body to produce newer and stronger hairs. So your hair is going to get a little bit more better, right? And your skin is going to become more radiant. You're going to have less wrinkles, etc. All right. Last but not least, if you are somebody who had like a set point where you're like, for some odd reason, the scale never dropping at this weight, it's going to break through that set point, okay? Because it actually speeds up your metabolism when you are fasting. All right. Now, with that being said, a lot of Americans, we eat a lot of carbs, right? Now, the only fuel sources for the human body is fat or carbs. Your body never really wants to use protein as a fuel source. Why? Your body needs protein. Your hair, your skin, your nails is protein based. It's literally made from protein, okay? That's why I tell all my clients to make sure you have more protein on your plate than anything else. So you're applying the body with the right sorts of energy so you can still be upright, you still look good, all right? But we usually eat a lot of carbs. So when you eat some carbs, right, what's going to happen is your body's going to break these carbs down to glucose, all right? When glucose is in the bloodstream, insulin is being spiked, okay? And when insulin is being spiked, your body's unable to use fat as a fuel anymore. It's going to have to use the glucose, okay? So before your body can get into a fat burning state, it has to use all the glucoses in your system, and then it gets to fat burning once again, all right? But it takes about 6 to 8 hours for your body to digest, refined carbs, potatoes, the brain, the breads, the rice, etc. Okay, so it takes you about 8 hours to fully digest the food. Okay, at the 12-hour mark, okay, your body's glucose is depleted, and now your body's looking for energy. So this is to the point of time where your body's going to start looking for energy and is going to start utilizing body fat as its main source of fuel, okay? Now, if you're more metabolically flexible, if you put your body in a position where it had to use body fat before, it's gonna tap into that body fat faster than somebody who never been doing intermittent fasting ever in their life, okay? Also, if you're somebody who is more active, you're working out a little bit more. When you're working out, you're basically forcing your body to utilize the glucose. And because you're utilizing the glucose, what's going to happen? Your body is going to start tapping into body fat faster. That's why I tell all my clients, if you're more active, okay, you're going to burn a little bit more fat, because once your body runs through the glucose, it's going to start tapping into that fat, and your body's going to start becoming a fat burning machine. All right. Now, around the 16-hour mark, fat oxidation increases. So this is around the time where if you're still not providing your body any calories, okay, especially from carbs, your body's going to utilize body fat as its main source of fuel. All right. Also, you have a rise in ketones. That's why if you are somebody that's on my program, you probably realize that you're starting to get color on the stick after about the 16 and 24-hour mark, okay? After the 24-hour mark, your body is like, okay, well, this person is obviously tripping, or we're obviously in a famine, okay? So now we're most definitely utilizing body fat as the main source of fuel. So this is around the time where you're noticing that for some odd reason, you don't have really much of an appetite, and you start to feel like more energized. And that's because your body switched right over from expecting glucose and utilizing body fat as its main source of fuel, okay? Also, this is the time when human growth hormone is spiked, which means what? Your body's saying, okay, we need to survive this event, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep the muscle mass, right? And we're gonna utilize the body fat, okay? So once again, when you're in a fat burning state, or if you're intermittent fasting or fasting, your body's going to prefer to use the body fat instead of muscle, okay? When you're losing weight, your body is losing weight, muscle, and bone density. Make sense? So that's why if you ever want to lose a lot of weight, you want to do it through intermittent fasting, not caloric restriction. All right. Your body never wants to use protein as a main source of fuel. Why? Your hair, your skin, your nails is literally protein. Okay. So your body's trying to utilize this. But that's why I also tell my clients when they are on my program to prioritize protein. Have more protein on your plate than anything else. Okay. Also, after the 48-hour mark, that's when autophagy increases, which means what? Your body's really repairing itself from that inside out, okay? So this is probably the time when you're noticing that your skin is getting clear, okay? If you have acne problems, that's gonna start to subside, okay? You probably notice that if you had spots on your face, it's starting to become more clear, okay? And if you know you had like brittle hair or whatever, your hair starts to become stronger, okay? And why? Because your body's literally replacing the old cells, the cells that's not really doing its job, and replacing it with new and fresher cells, okay? It literally recycles. Okay, so that's why you want to experience sometime throughout the day a form of fasting, okay? But the average American eats 14 to 16 hours out the day, so your body never has time to repair itself. The human body can only repair itself when you're in a fasted state, okay? Now, a lot of times clients ask me, okay, well, Trey, I'm gonna try to go, fast for 72 hours, right? After 48 to 72 hours, you're getting, you're not getting as much benefits as the first 48 hours. So what I advise you to do is just go ahead and do a 48-hour fast and go ahead and eat. Or you can do a 72-hour fast if you prefer, okay? If you're doing it, for shits and giggles or whatever. But after 72 hours, go ahead and break your fast. And if you just want to jump into a fast again, you can do that, okay? But don't just keep going, because what's going to happen is now you're not doing it for fat burning. You're doing it more for immune system benefits. So if you're somebody who's experiencing like cancer, right? Believe it or not, the only way cancer can thrive is if you got glucose in the system. So if you fast, right, you can literally starve off the cancer. All right. But that's after day 3, day 4, day 5. All right. After day 4, your blood sugar is literally the lowest it could possibly be. And because that is the case, your body's not really burning as much body fat anymore. It's focusing on trying to survive. So this is the time when you notice that the scale is going to fluctuate a little bit more. Okay. Just like me, I did a 5-day fast, right? Day 1, I lost 5 pounds. Day 2, I lost 5 pounds. Day 3, I lost 5 pounds. Day 4, I gained a pound. Day 5, I gained a pound. Has that possible? The reason being is because I didn't get adequate amount of sleep, because my cortisol is up. My body was stressed out, okay? So that's why if you are somebody who's trying to start to see the scale drop, if you want to experience any health benefits, you can literally fast for at least 12 to 14 hours and you're going to start getting some benefits, okay? But the most bang for your buck, what you want to focus on is charts to get to an intermittent fasting window of 6 to 8 hours, okay? That's the most bang for your buck. That's when you start to increase autophagy. That's when human growth hormone is spiked. And that's when your immune system is going to become more robust, which means what? You're not going to get sick as much and you have nothing to worry about as far as COVID, okay? So once again, just to give you a little timeline, 4 to 6 hours, your blood sugar drops. 10 to 12 hours, your body's literally looking for energy. About 8 to 20 hours, your body's starting to utilize body fat as the main source of fuel. And at 24 hours, that's when human growth hormone is spiked and autophagy is getting induced, which means you're going to literally replace old cells with the new cells, all right? Which means what? You're going to look more better. You're going to look younger. Your skin's going to be more radiant, et cetera, all right? That's your reset tip of the day. It's going to help you stay snatched all the time. Knowing it's summertime, if you're going to fast, ladies, go for 6 to 8 hours out the day, okay? That is the best type of window, okay? And if you're going for 48 hours, that's the best window if you're trying to see the scale drop and to lose a lot of fat, okay? After 72 hours, there's no purpose of you trying to fast for fat loss, because that's more for immune benefit. If you're going through a sickness or you're dealing with like a chronic disease or et cetera, all right? Hopefully y'all learned something today. Talk to y'all soon.